Who have you been talking to? Because yes.
Schmooze. Define schmooze.
Yeah, right. They don't say whether it's like a Brit to watch and a kind of, ooh, watch out, they're up and coming, over the like, oh, watch out for those Brits. Like, they'll get you.
Hello, sorry, I got distracted by handsome men.
Hello, you wonderful hosts of this evening's entertainment.
You've not seen the show yet, but thank you.
Oh, that's very true, yeah. We have high expectations, I should tell you. Hey, congratulations on being given this gig to hand out all these accolades to these wonderfully talented Brits in the room, and Americans, I guess. Are we nervous when it comes to hosting things, or are we...
No, we kind of love it. It's really nice. It's really fun that you get to do it with your best mate. And more importantly, no one's a loser. You're a winner, you're a winner, you're a winner. There are no losers. So what a celebration.
And actually, we're not physically giving out the awards. It's the guys from Newport Beach are doing the hard
We're not
lifting.
important enough
We're
to
just kind of up there having a laugh.
Not trusted with the holding of the actual awards?
Not at all, or a name.
Hey, made me think, when it comes to, we're at the award show tonight, what was the first award or prize that you two received in your life? Was it a sports day, attendance award, swimming certificate?
I remember, it was, so every year in Scotland at school you have to learn, you embrace Robert Burns for Burns Night, and so you learn either a poem or a song, and I learned to a mouse and I got a certificate for being very good at reciting to a mouse. We timorous beastie. There we go. I won't.
Still got it.
I don't remember what my award was, but I remember being Mary in the school play. And the reason it was so exciting is because you got to ride on the donkey. That was it. I didn't care about the baby Jesus. I got to ride down the aisle on a donkey.
Actual donkey?
No, it's a wooden thing with a creaky wheel.
What a prize, what an accolade.
Story of my life.
I'm messaging Jan straight away for a picture of that.
Hey, this is an exciting evening, and lots of people. Who are you most excited to get in there and schmooze with tonight?
I'm very excited to kiss Stephen Fry wholeheartedly.
Aren't we all?
I might even try and pick him up as I squeeze him.
I'll leave Steve with that. Will Sharpe for me. I think he's brilliant, and he's in this new Lena Dunham show that's coming out on Netflix, so I want to pick his ear about that.
Fantastic. And finally from me, obviously this is a room full of Brits to watch. Who's your Brits to watch in the next year?
I am going to mention...
She's the fun of mine.
I'm going to mention a composer, if that's all right. So Daniel Bloomberg, who just composed the score for The Brutalist. And it's, I think, might be wrong, but it's one of his... Maybe not his first, but one of his early scores that he's done, and it's absolutely extraordinary. And if this is the start of his career as a film composer, it's exciting. Maybe they'll bring composers in for the next one.
As they should,
That'd be great.
That's why I love you.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Enjoy tonight.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Cheers. Have a good night.
Congratulations on being recognised by the Newport Beach. However, I have seen that you were at the American equivalent a few months ago, weren't you?
I was.
So we have something to compare this evening to. What do you think is going to be better? One on the beach, sun shining in your face, or in this basement?
I know what I want to say. And what I want to say is this one, of course, because we're in Britain and I'm from Britain. I'm a proud Brit, but come on, Newport Beach, the sun is special. Yeah.
You've had a massive year, obviously, which is why you've been recognised tonight, starting with Rye Lane, going to Alien Romulus. Are those two projects comparable in any way? Was it like going from 0 to 100 when it comes to an independent film to a massive, big budget blockbuster?
Absolutely, couldn't be on further ends of the spectrum. Honestly, it couldn't. But that's kind of the fun of this, that you get to go from a tiny film set in Peckham to outer space and a big budget. I'm really having a good time, just finding a bit of range and creating a body of work, and again to be noticed at Newport Beach Festival for doing that, following your heart, I guess, is really special. I couldn't be happier.
I'm proper happy for you, man, to opening all these doors. What doors has it opened in 25? What projects have we got coming up that we want to sing about?
All right, well, I've got a lot of projects coming up. I've got 2 films coming out this year, which I think I'm so excited about. I've got one film that I'm leading with Cooper Hoffman and directed by Francis Lawrence, who did The Hunger Games and I Am Legend. It's called The Long Walk, and it's basically a Stephen King novel. It's brilliant. We walk 13 miles a day, and it was grueling, but I think there's something special there. I've got another film coming out called Wasteman, and that's with myself and Tom Blythe, and it's a British independent film again, and it's really special. I lost a lot of weight for it, he gained tons of weight for it, and we just kind of wreak a bit of havoc, which is always fun.
Honestly, I don't know how we find time to have you here tonight, because it sounds like you've been incredibly busy.
Yeah.
Is a holiday next? Is a rest coming up?
Who have you been talking to? Because yes, I'm going to try and get a little bit of time to myself. I need it for my own creativity and mind, and my family won't let me carry on doing this. So yeah, I'm going to try and rest.
Well, it's a well-earned break at the very least. Congratulations again. Enjoy tonight. Thank you,
Thank you so much. A pleasure. Thank you.
Hi. Briefly, maybe?
Maybe, I feel like I have.
Let's meet again.
Hello.
Hey, Zach.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your recording. Congratulations on being one of the 10 Brits to watch.
Yes.
What does that mean to you? Because it sounds quite ominous and threatening, like, oh, watch out.
It does sound
What are these 10 Brits to watch? How have you come to this event tonight? What do you think it is that tips the scales in your favour to become one of the ones to watch?
Tips the scales in my favors? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I'd pay. I'm here. I feel honored, but I guess it means someone who's finding their way, and I guess the way I take these events and awards is that I'm being kind of shown that I'm on the right path. It's like a little bit of a guiding light.
And this is a wonderful event because we have the Brits to watch who are kind of setting their foot. We also have the icons, Stephen Fry. We have the spotlights, Harris Dickinson, etc. Who will you be trying to schmooze with in that room tonight?
My loved ones who are here. But no, I'm looking forward to meeting there's loads of different creatives, as you say, and some people who I look up to a lot and who have done work which I really admire, and others who maybe I know less about, and I'm curious to meet them too. So it's nice mix, nice pool.
What are the 2025 plans? Obviously, we spent the last few months kind of like celebrating our work that we did before in 24 as well. What's 25 outlook looking like for you?
Some more work, season 2 of The Agency, which you can count on Paramount Plus and Showtime. But other than that, I think also enjoying life. Like, I'm really trying to make the most of my time with the people I love, and doing things that challenge me in different ways than acting.
That's such a healthy answer. I don't know if you realise how healthy an answer that was.
I don't know, I'm trying my best.
You're doing great. Thank you so much. Enjoy your time tonight as well. Congratulations.
To meet you again.
Cheers. Appreciate you.
No worries.
Congratulations on being named one to watch, but I think it's fun to put different inflections on that. Are you one to watch or always one to watch?
Probably the latter. I think probably, yeah. I do get myself into trouble at these things. So we've done a few of them now. I'm trying to be more professional and not just turn up pissed.
Speaking of, where are the boys this evening? Have you kept in touch with them? We're on the awards season kind of campaign trail at the moment.
Well, they're doing a gig tonight in Cork.
Oh, class.
Yes, so they're down there, having some fun down there, and they'll be linking up with us tomorrow for the Irish Film and Television Awards, which is actually tomorrow as well. I get my Irish citizenship.
Are you joking?
So it's a big day.
That's a massive day. What did you have to do to get that?
I had to make a film called Kneecap, and then they just give you, no, look, I mean, it's the very strange serendipity of that after 2 years of waiting, through the post comes my invite the very day of the Irish Film Awards. But so yeah, it's going to be a special day.
I was watching the news report of all of your loved ones and nearest and dearest, watching the Oscars announcements, and whilst ultimately we were a bit disappointed on the day, you gave such a good speech of, it's not about that though, is it? And are we still the sensations of Pride are still there despite initial setbacks of not getting the recognition from the Academy?
Look, I mean, to call it a setback is barely true, because for a film like Kneecap to have done all it has and travel around the world and found such an audience really is the kind of reward in itself. And I always say, for us, when we set out to make the film, the most important thing was the people of West Belfast that the film is about, that we can walk down the streets with our heads held high and say, we made a film that reflects you, your personalities, your sense of humour, your spirit, and we can do that. I haven't bought a pint in West Belfast for months.
And that's why we did it. And finally, to end on a more positive note, whilst we may have missed out on that one, we got some BAFTA nods, didn't we? And we're looking forward to potentially a very successful Sunday. What would a win at the BAFTAs on Sunday mean for you?
Look, it would be fantastic. I think Prince William applauding Kneecap winning a BAFTA would be quite a moment for us all. So look, we're very hopeful. The BAFTAs, amazing films, amazing talent. We're just happy to be there. If we walk away with something, then it would be fantastic. But at the end of the day, you don't make films for the awards. Really, it's the work. You got to love the work, because it takes so long and so much of your life force to make a film that really, unless you're doing it for that, I can't wait to get back to my desk and start writing the next one.
Very well said. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it, pal. Thank you very much.
I have a confession to make. we met and we chatted at the Biffers a few months ago, and we were talking about A Different Man, but I had not seen A Different Man at that point. I've seen A Different Man now. And I can tell you that it is fantastic, you're fantastic, and Sebastian is fantastic as well.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. We're all really happy with it.
As you should be as well. Obviously, the film had a fantastic success at the Golden Globes nomination, and a nomination and a win for Sebastian too. Mm-hmm. He didn't get recognised at the Academy Awards though. Are we confused by this? It's a very peculiar turn of events, isn't it? How has the vibe within the camp been about that?
Well, I think particularly this past year has been like a stacked year for film. So I think to say that we were snubbed is a tad alarmist. And in the like lead actor category, he got his like a apprentice nod, which he thoroughly deserves. And in terms of like supporting actor, just like a stacked year. Like I'm competing with like Kieran Culkin, like Jeremy Strong, Guy Pearce. So yeah, we don't take it personally. I'm just glad to be in the rooms and in the conversation, and all these guys that are like kind of veterans who put their time in. So yeah, I'll be back. I'll be there in a couple of years.
But also, A Different Man does still have the honour now of being Oscar-nominated movie because it was a part with the makeup and stylist.
Yeah, hair and makeup. Yeah, Mike Marino and his team did a thoroughly good job. I love that man to bits. Every now and again, we'll send each other random Macho Man Randy Savage memes on Instagram, and I'm hopefully seeing him later in the year when I'm out in New York for something else. So. Yeah, we're all delighted with how A Different Man did, and in a different time and a different year, we'd have maybe edged in, but you've got to be in it to win it, and not my year. Hey ho.
I apologise for being a bit negative there, because now we can talk about the positive. That being, you are a Newport Beach Film Festival breakout star this year. Fantastic. Does it feel like a breakout year? You've been working for a few years, obviously, but now we are breaking out. Does it feel like that?
Yeah, I think A Different Man felt like a moment to me. Because prior to this, I'd done Under the Skin and Aaron's previous film, Chained to Life. And I think those got underrated because everyone assumed that that's who I am in real life, and I'm just sort of playing a version of myself. Whereas in A Different Man, Oswald is out there and gregarious and completely at the other end of the character dichotomy. So then everyone had to do something with me. Right? Am I good in the old stuff, or am I good in this? And I'm certainly an actor now. I think I've shaken off that imposter syndrome and those cobwebs. So to be here as one of the breakout awards guys is an honour and a privilege, and a great deal of validation.
Fantastic. And you did mention that you're going to New York later this year, hopefully for a work thing. Are there irons in the fire now that we are not allowed to talk about?
There are absolutely a lot of irons in the fire that we can't talk about, but as soon as I can, the world will know. So, yeah, at the risk of teasing you all, watch this space. I'll be back.
Thank you so much. Congratulations again.
No problem. You take care.
Enjoy
right?
tonight. Thanks a lot.
I will do.
Hey, how nice to be recognised at the Newport Beach Film Festival. Does it feel like a particularly significant year when it comes to your career? Has it felt like a year which you might have been recognised for? You know what I mean? Has it felt special?
I've definitely felt very grateful for all the amazing people I've had the opportunity to work with over the last couple of years actually, and I've shot a film with Jesse Eisenberg and with Kieran Culkin as part of the film in A Real Pain, both people that I've hugely admired, and last year shot a series with Lena Dunham and Megan Stoltz. So I've just had this felt very lucky to be collaborating with such incredible people. In some ways I always feel they're a part of it too, if you know what I mean.
How was the text interaction between yourself and the now Oscar-nominated Jesse and Kieran? Surely you sent all the emojis, all the praise their way once they got the nominations.
Oh yeah, for sure. I sent them my congrats, but they're both very sort of grounded, humble people. I mean, a lot of the conversations we would have were just about sort of our kids and family life and stuff, really.
They're just normal people, just like us, Sure.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Hey, we're in a room full of like people who we have the spotlights on, who we are people to watch this year. Who in this room tonight? Who in that room will you be schmoozing with? Who are you looking forward to meeting?
I'm looking forward to. I mean, I've met quite a few already, and I'm huge admirers of everybody who is here. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to having a chat with people, seeing what they're up to, and yeah.
And please tell me about 25. What are the projects that we can actually tell people about? What are we looking forward to releasing?
So Too Much, which is the Lena Dunham project, is coming up at some point this year. That's the next one.
How do you find working with Lena Dunham? Like she's obviously got a great back catalogue of projects. What was your experience like?
She's so the real deal. I mean, I found it's one of the like warmest, kindest sort of sets I've ever been on. Her story brain is extraordinary, and love working with Meg Stalter as well. I mean, it's a really lovely project to have done, so I'm excited for people to see it. Sure.
And finally, as an alumni, will you be tuning into the White Lotus on Monday with jealousy in your eyes, perhaps?
Not with jealousy. I'll definitely watch it. I might. Does it all come out at once, or is it like?
I think it's a weekly one.
So I might let it build up a bit. And
I
then
do the same for a binge.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it then.
Enjoy tonight. Thanks so much. Congratulations on being one of the 10 Brits to watch.
Thank you.
Does that not sound a bit threatening sometimes? Like, oh, watch out for Abigail.
Yeah, right. They don't say whether it's like a Brit to watch and a kind of watch out, they're up and coming over the letter. Watch out for those Brits. Like they'll get you.
You've had a very successful year, though. It's no wonder that you are in a prestigious company because you've gone quite naturally from Shakespeare to Star Wars and House of the Dragon. Did that seem like a natural progression for you?
Well, you know, especially with the House of the Dragon, it is a little bit Shakespearean and it's a bit sort of heightened, and you're there in the period costumes and so on. So those two things I think definitely share some DNA. Star Wars that just kind of came out of nowhere. I was like, wow, I had to pinch myself when that got announced. But Leslie Headland is a fantastic writer, and it was a delight to work with her too. So that was a dream come true.
What's the most challenging aspects of training for the Star Wars role been so far?
Ooh, well, Star Wars is all past now. That's all in the past. But for House of the Dragon, the challenge, like I've put on about 10 kilos of muscle for that role. Yeah, and I've got a lot of things to be doing, getting on with for that. So, yeah.
Did you see your life going to this place where you were going to be wearing a lot of armor and sword fighting?
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, that was always the thing I fantasized about when I was a kid, is like running around sword fighting. And my dad took me to see Pirates of the Caribbean when I was 10 years old, opening weekend in LA. He actually bribed the doorman to get us in. He bribed like $40 and we got in. And I saw that movie and was like, wow, I want to play a pirate someday. And then House of the Dragon came along and I did. I'm the queen of the pirates in that. So yeah, it's a dream come true.
What a life.
Yeah, I know, it's incredible.
What time to be alive. Hey, we're in very prestigious company here today as well. Have you seen who's on the list? Have you seen who you're going to be photobombing later, who you want to be idling up to?
Absolutely. Amy Wong Davis is someone I'm really excited to meet because I think she and I are kind of kindred spirits in a way that we're both trying to navigate the industry conscientiously as artists rather than just careerists. Someone else I'd really love to meet is Sharon Horgan, because I love people who don't just sit around waiting for the phone to ring. And Sharon writes her own stuff and she acts in it as well. So to see someone doing what I do as a writer and an actor, creating roles for herself and doing so well at it, that's an inspiration.
She writes stuff for herself, but also she's writing so much for other people too. Absolutely. So that's a good contact to make tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Hey, congratulations again, and enjoy tonight as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
What's this pin badge?
Oh, it's my local hometown, but thank you for noticing. It's very observant. It's my little village up in the northeast of England.
It looks like you belong to a hotel group.
Oh, you know what?
But you're very high up. You've been in the hotel business for many decades, which belies your age.
And this is what they gave me.
And this is what they did. The highest kind of form of regalia.
Welcome to Newport Beach Film Festival.
Thank you.
You are one of the 10 Brits to watch. Does it feel like you are one to watch? And it depends what inflection we put that on as well. Like, which one's one to watch?
One to watch. Look out for him. He's no good. I told you he was trouble. Like the Amy Winehouse song. Marissa Abella is going to be here tonight. I love Amy Winehouse.
Can I say as well, you're very sharply dressed this evening.
Thank you.
And just seeing you then, it made me think you and your brother are probably the sharpest dressed men from Essex. Like, you two are always brilliant. Do you have competition between each other?
Yeah, we're trying to bring back like the Essex, the polos and we're trying to bring back like true Essex. That's the next stage of things.
Yeah, the next evolution.
But yeah, I would like to say I ushered him into his fashion era. But I'm moving into my punk era.
Oh, class. What's that going to entail?
lot of terrible interviews, which, yes, this will go downhill from here. This is the best you're going to get.
Violence and throwing chairs and
violent
stuff.
nosedives.
Good, man. That's rock and roll.
Absolutely.
We need that. Hey, congratulations on Chaos this year.
Thank you.
You know, rave reviews for the performance. Obviously, it's not being picked up by Netflix, so it says, are we hoping for a second wind though? These things do tend to like pick up sometimes, and Netflix can change their mind. Is that what we're hoping for?
I don't know. I can't speak to Netflix, mainly because Netflix is not a person, which was a big surprise to me.
Ted Sarandos is, though.
Ted Sarandos?
That's the guy who owns Netflix.
Is that from that show about football?
No, that's a guy with a mustache. Ted Sarandos, I thought was a guy who owned Netflix. Maybe.
I thought Ted Sarandos was a show about football.
No.
About a football team.
The really positive dude who makes people feel good.
Right. And he has nothing to do with the film Ted, starring Matt one of them?
We're going to have to Google this, aren't we?
Right.
Just to get to the bottom of it.
Yes.
Hey, you're on a prestigious list this evening with a lot of talent here this evening. Have you seen who else is going to be attending? Anyone you're going to be like trying to schmooze with today?
Schmooze. Define schmooze. I have quite a good vocabulary, but I don't think I've seen a dictionary definition.
Be obsequious towards, to try and network with in attempts to advance one's career, perhaps.
Yes. I don't tend to go for obsequiousness.
Good.
Kind of blind ignorance is the way I approach most things. It's nice to be on a list. I make lists myself incessantly. Most people stop at grocery lists. I make lists of everything. Lists you don't even need to use, but I'll make them.
What's your favourite list that you made recently?
I have a list called My Wonderful Talented Friends.
Who is on that talented list?
A lot of people. Nakash Khalid, the writer and director of this film, In Camera. Rory Fleck-Burns stars in Camera. Emil Masri stars in Camera. A lot of people from In Camera. And some wonderful other thespians and writers and the like. I'm going to say Tamara Lawrence. I'm going to say Vivian Apara. I'm going to say Dan Levy. I have some famous friends. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop bragging.
I know, bragging, name dropping. Hey, congratulations on being recognised, and enjoy this evening as well.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, man.
And I will procure that badge from somewhere.